Hi, everyone. Welcome back to N.A.P.S. Not All People Are Safe. Today, we're diving into a situation many of you have been messaging me about. Gabrielle Jacobson's child was removed yesterday, only to be returned at today's placement hearing. A lot of people are asking, how does that even happen? Doesn't this back and forth cause trauma? And what does it mean for her case moving forward? Let's break this down. When a child is removed from a home, it's often done on an emergency basis. C.P.S. or D.C.S. has the authority to remove if they believe the child is in imminent danger. This can happen without a court order in the moment. Think of it as a stopgap. Get the child safe first, explain the evidence later. But here's the catch. Once a removal happens, the state must appear before a judge very quickly, usually within 24 to 72 hours for what's called a shelter care hearing or a placement hearing. At that hearing, the state has the burden of proof. They have to show enough credible evidence that the child is unsafe if left in the home. This isn't a full trial, but the judge still needs more than just suspicion. If the state comes in unprepared, maybe they don't have medical records yet, maybe witnesses didn't show, or maybe they just didn't gather enough evidence in time, the judge can and often does order the child to be returned. This doesn't mean the judge thinks the parent is perfect or even safe long term. It simply means the state failed to meet the legal threshold at that moment in time. There are a few reasons why a child can be removed one day and returned the next. Evidence gap. Emergency removals happen fast. The paperwork and proof often lag behind. Procedural errors. If C.P.S. misses deadlines or fails to file properly, the judge has no choice but to return. Balancing rights. Judges are always weighing a child's safety against a parent's constitutional right to custody. If the danger isn't crystal clear, the law favors reunification, even temporarily. Now, let's talk impact. On the child, removal and then quick return can be deeply traumatic. Imagine being pulled out of your home, then suddenly placed back. Confusion, fear, and distrust often follow. On the parent, in Gabrielle's case, this return will likely embolden her. She may feel vindicated. Like the system proved her right. That can make cooperation with services even harder. On the case, and here's the key part, just because the child was returned today does not mean the case is over. C.P.S. can still pursue a CHINS or neglect petition, order services, and bring stronger evidence later. This situation shows us something troubling about the system. Emergency removals without enough follow-through can cause unnecessary trauma, and they can actually strengthen a parent's narrative against the system. For Gabrielle, this isn't a win. It's a warning sign that the case is still active, and C.P.S. is likely regrouping to come back stronger. So when you hear people celebrating that a child was returned, remember, it doesn't mean the case is closed. It means the state didn't prove enough today. And in the meantime, the child is the one who bears the emotional cost. That's why it's so important to understand the policies, the procedures, and the human impact behind these cases. Thanks for tuning in to N.A.P.S. Not All People Are Safe. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And as always, stay informed, stay safe, and remember, not all people are safe.